Ready. The light is on. They're racing. They've gone away in a reasonable line. La Elegance and Hot Maid slow to get into stride with Glowing Idol, and Pretty Plume jumped straight to the front and led. Led from Our Draw, settling down and moving around the outside. Lucky Lotto away well with Miss Exultara, Star of Danielle. Centasia going up towards the lead now. Pretty Plume led Centasia. Lucky Lotto 3 deep. Miss Exultara out 4 wide around Star of Danielle. 3 off the fence, Glowing Idol. Our Draw 1 off the rail, and on the fence Dame Vengeance. 2 lengths further back, Kahala Red, Petite Affair, La Elegance, and last of all Hot Maid. Coming down the side with about 750 metres to go. Lucky Lotto caught a little wide, went up and put its head in front. Hot Pretty Plume the fence and moving up 3 deep around the Miss Exultara. Centasia dropping out. Dame Vengeance slightly hampered. Star of Danielle going around the outside with Kahala Red. Then Glowing Idol as they come to the turn and well back in the field. La Elegance. They turn for home. Lucky Lotto the leader at the 400 metre mark. Miss Exultara is tackling it quickly from Glowing Idol, and Star of Danielle joined in on the outside. Then Kahala Red running home well. Star of Danielle got to the front with 200 to go from Miss Exultara. Glowing Idol, then Lucky Lotto, then Kahala Red from a long way back, but Star of Danielle broke clear. Glowing Idol getting up on the inside from Miss Exultara, but it's Star of Danielle in front. She's safely holding them, and Star of Danielle by a length and a quarter. Glowing Idol a half third, Miss Exultara, then Lucky Lotto fourth. Hot Maid and La Elegance further out from Kahala Red Our Draw, then Dame Vengeance, Petite Affair, Pretty Plume got run over today, and last of all is Centasia.
Well, she sat. Let's return now to the elegant one, Brian Martin.
Thank you, Peter. Pete, just watching the pattern of racing on the flat.
The stalls for race 2, Swift Chevelle $1.50 and 80, Grilette $1.85 and Belly Ho $1. The Quinella $14 and the trifecta $130 and 25 cents. Race 2 is the Far Lap Stakes, and there's the scene as they're at the barrier at the 1500 metre mark, the platform. And Ian Craig is ready for the Far Lap Stakes over 1,500 metres. Merry Ruler, a big go for it. Here's Ian.
Racing, Laylam missed it by about 3/4 of a length. Zephyr Cross didn't get out all that brilliantly, and first away Gallery Level from Adronet. Third Western Ace, Smoke hunting up on the inner. Then Groucho, followed closely by Rubiton, trap wide. Then Laylam picking up Lost Leeway from John Dray. A break of a half length, The Bad Habits, a length Zephyr Cross, Merry Ruler, Trick of a Boy, and last King of Brooklyn. Along past the 1100 metres, and Western Ace goes to the leader length, Smoke and a neck the outside Gallery Level. A length further back on the outside, Groucho, followed by Rubiton, 1 off the rails, Laylan the inside, 2 Adronet, 2 lengths to John Dray and a similar margin, Zephyr Cross, then Bad Habits, Merry Ruler, followed by Trick of a Boy, and King of Brooklyn is last. Going by the 800 metres, Western Ace 3/4 on his stablemate Gallery Level, Groucho 3 wide, the fence is Smoke and a length into Rubiton, followed by Adronet, on the inside Laylam, and then John Dray, Merry Ruler, followed by Zephyr Cross, and then comes Trick of a Boy. Bad Habits a fairly distant second last, and King of Brooklyn is last. Western Ace on the run to the corner, 500 to go. Lead 3/4 Gallery Level. Groucho third. Smoke waiting for the run. Rubiton hard ridden by White at the moment, and then comes Adronet and John Dray at the 300 metres, and Western Ace kicked away here from Groucho. Rubiton not doing enough at the moment, and then comes Adronet on the outside, and Merry Ruler starting to join in. Rubiton going back to the inside to get a clear run, but Merry Ruler's after Western Ace, and then Rubiton, but Merry Ruler's the one. Merry Ruler, oh, he's a much improved horse, and he's going to win and win it well. Merry Ruler from Rubiton, third Western Ace, followed home by John Dray. What a great run by him. Then Groucho, Adronet wilted out of it, further back Smoke, and then came Trick of a Boy, Zephyr Cross, Gallery Level, Laylam, King of Brooklyn, and last Bad Habits.
Well, they put an absolute poultice on that, and that's the reason why. Number 6, Merry Ruler, ridden by Johnny Marshall, the winner. Second, number 2, Rubiton, Harry White. And third placing went to number 5, Western Ace, ridden by Noel Barker. 6, 2 and 5 as called by Ian Craig, and they've landed them. Number 2 is a bit like her, 6.25 and 95. 3 colour page, 42.65 and 5.15. Number 4 is the favourite, Bone Crusher, $1.40 and 95. 5, Our Waverley Star, $1.55 and 85. Periscope Big Odds, 40.45 and 3.85. Bill Banger at 27.70 and 1.95. And Maya Card, $8.05 and $1.10. So according to punters, a match in 3, the big one from Sydney, the Rawson Stakes at 3.15. We'll take this break on Seven's coverage of racing around Australia. Let's join John now.
Red lights on, racing this time. Destiny way over near the outside came out okay, and Regal Banquet was away pretty smartly too. Vaguely Consul up with them, being followed then by Regal Salute, Directress in behind those. Oh So True, followed then by Jubilee Cotton, who's going well round the outside. Rapidly improving, about 2 lengths further back came Son of Durham. Then came Kelly's Image, who didn't handle the start too well, and Mountain Kingdom is back in last placing. Destiny Way is the leader as they travel down past the 600-metre mark, a length and a half to Jubilee Cotton, going up nicely to be in second placing and going a bit closer to this leader. They were followed by Regal Banquet in third placing. Vaguely Consul is next, Directorate next over on the inside. At the head of the others, Regal Salute as they come down close to the home turn. Son of Durham is next. Around the home bend, and Destiny Way will be first for home and shows the way as they came into the home stretch and got away to a nice lead, the top weight. Destiny Way out about 2 lengths to Jubilee Cotton, followed then by Regal Banquet. Destiny Way in front on Jubilee Cotton on the outside. Now here's Regal Banquet coming home well on the outer here, going up between horses. Regal Banquet, Destiny Way still in front as they race in with a few metres to go. Destiny Way in front, Regal Banquet is second, and Destiny Way, the top weight, goes down to the line to score a half length. Destiny Way first, Regal Banquet is second, Jubilee Cotton third, followed then by Oh So True fourth, followed then by Kelly's Image. A gap in the field, Directress, with over on the inside then came Mountain Kingdom. Vaguely Consul back behind those, followed by Regal Salute, and Son of Durham was the last one to find the judge in race 1.
And the numbers as called by John O'Neill in the first event in Adelaide today at Morfordville. Number 1, Destiny Way, J. Clifford the winner. Second, 4, Regal Banquet, J. Courtney. And third, number 6, Jubilee Cotton, Ruth McMillan. Numbers 1, 4 and 6 after race 1. Let's have a look at the...
Ready to go. Light about to come on. They're racing this time. Gone away in a pretty good line. Strawberry Ranch jumped out quickly with Kenny Danson from the outside. Hello Melbourne, Hidden Power behind them from Hit the Bid. Lord Tiamo, top innings settling down, and King's Onyx showing some speed. Then further back in the field when they settle into stride would have been Disputed Pearl, followed by Square Deal. It's back about 8th when they settle. A good gap to Faithful Thoughts, Shining Glen, and last of all Mr. Voodoo. Prince of the City speared through the pack at the turn at the 900-metre mark. All this trouble. Hit the Bid was flattened there and came back on top of Square Deal. Prince of the City led. Now Lord Melbourne went up on the outside of it to tackle it, and around the outside Lord Tiamo with King's Onyx. Now Lord Tiamo out very wide, the leader from King's Onyx and Hello Melbourne. Now Strawberry Ranch has got off the fence and is starting to improve from top innings. Then Canny Dance, Hit the Bid, Square Deal, dropping out of a Prince of the City, and then Hidden Power when they turn. Then Shining Glen in the straight. Lord Tiamo out wide in front. Here's top innings running on well down the outside, and Strawberry Ranch is getting to them in the centre, and back on the inside King's Onyx and Canny Dance. Many chances now. Top innings on the outside has raced up to grab this leader, which is Lord Tiamo. Canny Dance getting through. Square Deal from a mile back with Disputed Pearl. There are chances galore now. Lord Tiamo ducking in, flattened a couple. Top innings and Disputed Pearl. Disputed Pearl got through, took the lead now from top innings, and Disputed Pearl will get up and win from top innings. Third home wide out there is Hit the Bid from Shining Glen, and a fairly rough race there, followed by Faithful Thought. Then Lord Tiamo raced greenly in the straight. Then Strawberry Ranch followed by King's Onyx. Square Deal had no luck from Hello Melbourne. Then Canny Dance, Hidden Power, Mr. Voodoo, and Prince of the City. Stand by for the placings. Ooh, plenty of trouble in this. Lord Tiamo racing greenly out in this purple cap. Has checked a couple of them in the home straight, and Disputed Pearl has got up inside it. Canny Dance was skittled. Top innings joined in, but it was Disputed Pearl who got the lead from top innings and Lord Tiamo, and Disputed Pearl has gone home to win the money here. Number 6 is the winner. Number 6, Disputed Pearl, ridden by G. Miller. Number 11 is second. Top innings, ridden by N. Perryman. The judges call for the photo for third. Number 12 will get up and get third. Hit the Bid just ahead of Shining Glen, which was second last on the home turn. 6, 11 and a photo. Oh, very rough race down to the first turn at the 900-metre mark. We'll have a look at that a little later.
For the place. Second 11, top innings, $3.10. Third 12, Hit the Bid, $8.45. The Quinella, $210.60. And no one had the trifecta, so it will pay as a trio. That's numbers 6, 11 and 12 in any order. And for that, you get $10,901.60. And Brian Martin, I think you deserve every cent of it if you got it.
Yes, it's your weekly wage there, Peter.
Not quite.
Peter, I
Two starts for a second in the Silver Slipper, then out for a spell, and a brilliant win in the Penfolds Classic at Newcastle on the 17th of March. Starter goes to his ladder, ready for the Todman trial. 1200 the journey. Wonder how Lygon Arms will race today. Sensibly, we hope. They're off. And Stimulus actually shows out in front, but Lygon Arms is going very quickly up on the inside. And Lygon Arms a length and a half clear, marauding 3 deep second. In the centre is Crush, and then comes Potter McQueen, followed by Stimulus, Raise the Banner in just a second last, and Absolute Calderwood. The leader is Lygon Arms as they race towards the 650 by 3/4 of a length on Marauding. Third posse taken by Crush, one off the fence around Potter McQueen, and further back Stimulus, and then Raise the Banner, second last Injustice, and Absolute is Calderwood as they travel along towards the home corner. And on the outside, Marauding, a loud rein by Cassidy, is just in front now from Lygon Arms. They've booted about 3 lengths on Potter McQueen and Crush, a length into Stimulus, followed by Raise the Banner, homeward bound, and Marauding doing better than Lygon Arms. 2 lengths away on the outside, Crush, and then comes Potter McQueen as they run towards the 250 metres, and Marauding, a big gangling type. He is nursing him as long as possible, Cassidy. He's going to have to go for him in a moment. He's a half Lygon Arms, still doing better than the Smith trained horse, and 2 lengths Potter McQueen, and then Injustice running home from Crush. But Marauding, he's still green, but he's going to win this. And Marauding on the line scores about a length and a quarter. Lygon Arms. Injustice has run third, then Potter McQueen, a nice debut, followed by Crush, a long margin. Stimulus, Raise the Banner, and Calderwood last all the way.
Yes, he's pretty smart, Marauding, number 3, and Jimmy Cassidy taking him to victory there in the third event, the Todman Slipper Trial. Second was number 5, Lygon Arms, and third was number 2, Injustice. The numbers 3, 5 and 2 as called in the third event in Sydney, the Todman Slipper Trial. Opening totes for the fourth, the Orlando Wines Classic at 235, a great field scratching 17 and 18. Canny Lass 260 and 90. Playful Princess 475 and $1. Bounding Away $1.60 and 85. March Chiquita 525 and 190. Dinky Flyer 650 and 215. Magic Flute 465 and 235. Deedle $20.80 and $5.20. Captivan $15.40 and $4. Palmyra Bay is $48.75 and $8.60. Dance Hall Girl $25.90 and $5.15. 11 Atlantic Mission $50.20 and $9.40. 12 Blazing Fontaine $9.45 and $2.65. 13 Fashion Fun $10.75 and $2.40. 14 Shinakima $20.65 and $4.30. 15 Just Blooming $9.80 and $2.10. And 16 Sadistic Queen $25.10 and $5.75. That's race 4 in Sydney. The Orlando Wines Classic coming up at 2:35. Interim totes on the third, Marauding 65 a win, 60 a place. Lygon Arms 65, Injustice 80 cents. The numbers 3, 5 and 2. Interim totes on the third in Sydney. Let's go back.
Red light. Racing. Crafty Thing, the territory horse from near the outside, bounced out to a nicety, and going fast was Lordamus. Down near the inside, Swagman's Girl was away to a good position early, followed by Gambler's Prince, and then came Red Royale, but Lordamus will take up the running. As they settled down after about 150 metres, Lordamus in front by a length and a half to Swagman's Girl. Crafty Thing was 2 lengths further back. Over on the inside, Red Royale making ground at the 800 metre mark. They are being followed a length and a half further back by Flaming Twig. Then came Gambler's Prince. Further back came King Corpus, followed then by Starfrus, and Back That Cat is back in last placing, sitting about 15 lengths off the leader. Running down to the home turn, and Lordamus in front. Showed the way about a length and a quarter to the Swagman's Girl up second, followed by Red Royale, Crafty Thing, Flaming Twig coming into the picture, then came Gambler's Prince. Starfrus is next, then came King Corpus, and Romantic Spirit a long way back with Back That Cat. Lordamus shows the way to Swagman's Girl as they came into the home stretch now with about 250 to go. Lordamus clear. Hands and heels, Ruth McMillan. Swagman's Girl is second. Red Royale followed then by Starfrus. Lordamus in front with about 100 metres left to go. Tackled by Swagman's Girl on the outside, and here's Starfrus down the outside. Starfrus is going home 2-1, and Starfrus hits the line. 3 parts of a length to Lordamus, and neck third Swagman's Girl, followed by Red Royale, and then came Back That Cat. The next one in was Gambler's Prince, being followed by Crafty Thing, King Consul. Further back behind King Corpus, rather back behind that one. Further back in the field came Gambler's Prince. They were followed at the head of the others then, further back by Flaming Twig and Romantic Spirit, the top weight last to find the judge.
And Star for Us coming from the fairway back, getting up and scoring number 10, second number 2 Lordamus, and third number 4 Swagman's Girl. 10, 2 and 4.
Crusher's dropped out, Stone Motherless last as they turn the corner, and a bit like a leads the way. 300 to go, Tristark second, Dolce's a third, then Late Show followed on the outside by Rant and Rave and Handy Proverb. Bone Crusher starting to make ground, 150 out, a bit like the leader, Rant and Rave, and here is Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher on the outside is swamping them. Rant and Rave going with him, but Bone Crusher, oh, what a horse he is. The Derby field is swinging the home corner now. And Tierra Rista's race to a clear-cut lead. Dolce's a second. Wilhelm wide. Then Saxon White. Let's look for Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher is starting to make up ground. And here he comes, about 18 off the inside rail, but he's coming quickly. Tierra Rist the leader. Bone Crusher drawn, followed by Agent Provocative Easter. And here's Handy Proverb. What a go it is. Handy Proverb, the outside drawn, and Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher, he gains the upper hand, and the New Zealand champ is going to win it.
At the 200, at Tallack out after Bone Crusher's pegging it back at every stride. Bone Crusher the leader, at Tallack challenging the inside, but Bone Crusher will win. He's hanging on and he comes away again to win a length to at Tallack. And the modern day Big Red sprints to the lead, 2:50 to go. Shot away from Tristark, Black Knight, Fearless Prince and the Filbert. And look out, land of the rising sun. Here we come to Japan. Bone Crusher by 5 lengths, racing away. Scores by 5 lengths to Black Knight. Here come the New Zealanders, our Waverley Star and Bone Crusher. They've raced to the lead, 600 out. Have they gone too early? 2 lengths to Drought, running up the third from Society Bay. They were followed then by Drawn Under the Whip at the head of the others, Dinky Flyer. But our Waverley Star, he got a half length to Bone Crusher. He's gone for the whip on Bone Crusher. 3 lengths to Drought, followed then by Dinky Flyer and Drawn. But the 2 great New Zealanders have come away on the turn. Our Waverley Star, a half-length Bone Crusher. The Big Red won't give in. Drought running on. Bone Crusher responds to the whip. The roars of the crowd. He races up to our Waverley Star. 100 out. Bone Crusher, our Waverley Star. Stride for stride. Nothing in it. Our Waverley Star, the rails. Bone Crusher, the outside. And Bone Crusher races into equine.
Well, what a great horse he is. Unbeaten on Australian soil. Will he keep that record intact today? Hopefully Bone Crusher will give us a great sight, but won't our Waverley Star and won't at Tallack. There's a late scratching at Sandown, as you can see. Race 9, number 8, Cooktown Lady. On veterinary advice, race 9, the final event. Number 8, Cooktown Lady, a late scratching at Sandown Park. Runners are moving into the stalls for race 5, the Community Services Handicap. Your commentator is Brian Martin.
Right, Peter, here's Lord Julian coming forward. Then we wait on Project to come into line with the steeplechaser Arabian Myth. Moving up, Lord Julian has gone in. Now there's Arabian Myth, who won the Australian steeplechase here last winter. In Project with the clerk of the course there in the blue with the gold stars and the brown cap. Gary Murphy aboard. Project, and we wait for Project and Arabian Myth to complete the line here. On the total $1.80 for Mystic Monarch. Bean Jolly might run a bit of a race here. He likes a bit of give in the ground. He's showing $3.95. Project 305, 350 for number 5, High Country, who looks a likely leader. Now Project goes into line. Project goes up now. And the field is locked away and set to go. The line is good, they're off and running. And out towards the centre, Stop Snoozing jumped away quickly with Nirvana Sun. High Country quickly to the lead. Project began okay, but starting to be eased back a little. High Country led now, settling from Noble Crest. Nirvana Sun, Stop Snoozing, and Project trapped very deep in the early point at the winning post. Then further back in the field, Manship, Bean Jolly, Lord Julian racing wide from Arabian Myth and Mystic Monarch on the outside of him. Project very wide going out of the straight, and the leader is High Country by a length and a half now going out of the straight from second placing Noble Crest. A length and a half further back then Stop Snoozing, followed in behind them by Manship. Arabian Myth on the inside, Nirvana Sun 3 deep, and Project caught 4 wide but allowed to stride around the outside, goes up 5th. Bean Jolly the centre from Lord Julian and Mystic Monarch back of the rear. Into the back straight they race 1,500 out. High Country by 2.5 to Noble Crest. 3/4 Stop Snoozing. 2 lengths further back Manship on the outside of him Project. A length Nirvana Sun. The saddle's moved on the rider of Nirvana Sun and he's in a lot of difficulty. On the fence Bean Jolly, Mystic Monarch outside him. Lord Julian 4 deep and a length and a half Arabian Myth. High Country at the 1,200 metre mark by 2 to Noble Crest. A length and a half Stop Snoozing. Project has gone up 4th on the outside of Manship and Lord Julian on the outside. Been up on the outside of them to be 6th. Then Bean Jolly, followed by Arabian Myth, and trapped a little wide on the outside Nirvana Sun with Mystic Monarch. At the turn at the 950, High Country by 2 lengths Noble Crest, 2 lengths further back Stop Snoozing, 3/4 further back on the outside Project, and then Manship from Lord Julian deep from Arabian Myth. Bean Jolly's got off the rail, and now Mystic Monarch pulled out 3 deep, and Nirvana Sun with the rider sitting very forward in the saddle last of all. Off the back, 700 to go. High Country led by a length, Noble Crest struggling a little. Moving up, Stop Snoozing outside. It followed further back by Project and Lord Julian around the outside from Manship. Then Mystic Monarch and Bean Jolly, and the other 2 are struggling. struggling. On the turn, High Country near the rail, being tackled out wide by Noble Crest. Then Stop Snoozing from Manship, and further back Project and Mystic Monarch trying to get a run from Lord Julian. High Country in front, 300 out. Noble Crest has quickly got to him. Be and Jolly getting a split, and down the outside Lord Julian, and further back Manship. But Noble Crest took the lead now at the 200 metre mark. Be and Jolly getting up on the inside of him, and they're followed by High Country, then Manship. It's Noble Crest in front, but getting up on the inside, Be and Jolly, Noble Crest just in front, Be and Jolly going home better. Be and Jolly's got up to win on the line from Noble Crest. Tight for third, Lord Julian or Manship. Then Stop Snoozing Project, followed by Mystic Monarch, High Country, Nirvana Sun, Arabian Myth. It's the last runner home.
Wait for the placings after the fifth event on the program. The Community Services Handicap. And number 2 is the winner, Be and Jolly, ridden by Robbie Griffiths, has outstayed number 11, Noble Crest, in the run of the line. Number 2, the winner, Be and Jolly, Robbie Griffiths, number 11 second, Noble Crest, P. Alderman. And a photo call for third placing. I think it'll go to Lord Julian on the wire, number 6, ridden by D. Brewerton. We'll get it from here. Numbers should read then 2, 11 and 6. Got a fair way back, but he improved once he got him off the fence, young Griffiths. And after Noble Crest had got to the front and the centre of the track when they turned, looked as though he might cause a bit of an upset, Noble Crest. Be and Jolly got up inside him. They were racing well off the rail, though, and he's just gone home a little bit too well. He got him well at the weights today, Be and Jolly. He likes that give in the ground, as we saw at Traralgon 2 starts ago when he won by 6 lengths. And the fact that there's a little bit of give in that track today, it's helped him today, Be and Jolly. He should pay on the tote 405 and 140. Noble Crest 185, and for third, Lord Julian to pay 150. Mystic Monarch.
Second, number 11, Noble Crest, $1.85. Third, number 6, Lord Julian, $1.50. The Quinella paid $31.20, and the trifecta $552.85. That was also the second leg of the extra double, and of course the first leg of the TRB double.
It's often said that a jockey doesn't get the opportunities his ability deserves. I've found out that he usually does get the opportunities his ability deserves.
Typical wisdom from Kenny Callender there. Now time for the opening race of what promises to be a memorable afternoon out there at Rose Hill. This is the Orlando Wines Classic, and Johnny Tapp, it would be pretty hard to assemble a much better field of fillies and mares than this lot.
Mike, you're so right, and the race is as open as Sydney Heads, as fillies and mares races often are, and punters are scratching their heads trying to sort out what they're going to back. Some classy mares like Kenny Lass, Playful Princess, bounding away, and they've got to carry plenty of weight to boot. The atmosphere out here is electric. Everyone's just sweating on 3:15 when the Rawson Stakes gets underway. Crowd-wise, I'm blowed if I know. I'm the worst judge in the world of crowds, particularly now with the new J.R. Fleming stand. They just seem to get swallowed up by it. Ken, I'll have a guess, 23, 24,000. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a much bigger crowd than the normal Saturday, John. I'd back you in. I think you're pretty close to the mark, and they're all here to bet as well as to have a look at these champions. The betting on the Orlando Classic on the TAB is number 1 Kenny Lass, the Melbourne Star, is at 9-1. Playful Princess at 16-1. Bounding Away's favourite, almost 2-1 on the tote, about $1.45 at the moment. Bookies, incidentally, are much more generous. 9-1 Marchikita, 6-1 Dinky Flyer, 13-2 Magic Flute, 33-1 big odds the Southern mare Deedle, 20-1 Cap Devan, 100-1 Palmyra Bay, she probably needs further. 33-1 Dancehall Girl. Now, I don't want you racing to the TAB and going broke, but I've backed her. I think she's absolutely super value. She's a classy mare. She'll race near the lead, and I reckon she's over the odds. 40-1 Atlantic Miss, 16 Blazing Fontaine, 40 Fashion Fun, 80 Shinakima, 16 Just Blooming, the runner-up to Bounding Away in last year's Golden Slipper Stakes, and 60-1 Sadistic Queen. The 2 reserves never got a run, Hitted Star and Grand Cindy. Jono, Dancehall Girl makes you sound as though you want to get out and enjoy yourself, but I reckon she's super value here.
Well, Ken, I hope you're kicking up your heels after the race. She's a nice filly, as you said, by Whiskey Road. She carries the Swettenham stud colours of Mr. Robert Sangster, who's got a very forceful influence on this present autumn carnival. He looks like having 4 or 5 runners in the Golden Slipper in a fortnight's time. And I guess a win in the Orlando Classic here with Dancehall Girl would be icing on the cake. All set. Palmyra Bay, the inside runner. What a mighty field it is. Racing in the Orlando Classic, a beautiful start. Dancehall Girl out wide, one of the first out. Captivan began well, and so did Shinakima. Just Blooming and Magic Flute are showing plenty of early dash, and Atlantic Mission is close handy. Deedle can't get on the track, and then bounding away and close handy. Blazing Fontaine, followed by Fashion Fun. On the fence, Sadistic Queen and Dinky Flyer well back early with March Akita. Palmyra Bay, followed by Playful Princess, and Canny Lass is the trailer. At the 1,000 mark in the Orlando, and Marie Linden took Captivan to a clear-cut lead. In front by 2 lengths or more now to Deedle on the outside of Shinakima. A length away, Just Blooming, runner-up in last year's Golden Slipper, joined on the outside by Dancehall Girl, and then Magic Flute, followed by bounding away Atlantic Mission on the inside of Fashion Fun. Further back, Sadistic Queen, and then Dinky Flyer starting a forward move, but hard-ridden, followed by Blazing Fontaine, Palmyra Bay, March Akita, and then Canny Lass and Playful Princess. And Canny Lass and Playful Princess will have to be super mares to win from there. On the turn now, and Captivan led. Wide out, Dancehall Girl on the corner. Then Shinakima, followed by Deedle. On the fence, Just Blooming, bounding away behind those, followed by Magic Flute. And Atlantic Mission down the outside is running on strongly. Captivan, the leader at the 200 mark from Just Blooming. Atlantic Mission on the outside, bounding away behind those. Atlantic Mission and Just Blooming are fighting it out halfway down the straight, bounding away, getting through near the fence. It's bounding away, bursting through on the inside rail. She's coming home the better, little bounding, and bounding away, got up to win the Orlando. Dinky Flyer got second, Just Blooming third. Atlantic Mission weakened out of it, and then Magic Flute, Canny Lass, Shinakima, followed by Playful Princess, and then Deedle, Sadistic Queen, Palmyra Bay, Dancehall Girl. Well back in the field, Blazing Fontaine, the early leader, Captivan, weakened, and last of all, Fashion Fun in the Orlando Classic of 1987. I'm just looking down below here for TJ and his daughter Gay. Gay flew out of her seat like a jack-in-the-box. Where's Tom? Oh boy, oh boy. Well, what another mighty ride by Mick Dittman, who won the first on Swift Cheval. He's made it a double here on his little favourite, Bounding Away. This bonny little miss proved that she was back to her best with a sensational run in the Surround Stakes at Warwick Farm recently to Captivan. She missed last week's run after a mishap. Whether she'd have beaten Tidal Light, of course, is highly unlikely. Tommy thinks she would have. But today, she certainly gives you food for thought, because she was at her brilliant best. And don't forget, she carried 57.5 kilos, and there's not much of her. Now, Dittman squeezes between horses here. Kenny, you take it.
Yes, John, it's like the Golden Slipper finished last year, except that time it was Just Blooming chasing Bounding Away. Here, Bounding Away dived through on the inside of Just Blooming. Atlantic Mission's run's finished. Dinky Flyer had to be stopped ridden there, straightened up. She's not coming quite as quickly now, but Mick Dittman smacks the young lady on the backside, and as we all know she can, she responds magnificently, and it was great for racing as Bounding Away got up to beat Dinky Flyer with Just Blooming in third place.
By gee, there'll be a thunderous ovation here for this little mare when she comes back to scale. She's a real favourite with the crowds, and so she should be. Last year, she became the first 2-year-old ever to win $1 million in prize money, bred, owned and trained by the irrepressible TJ Smith. Sydney Turf Club course manager Johnny Jeffs is going to lead her through the gate, where Gay Waterhouse and Tommy Smith's wife Valerie will take over. And there's Val absolutely beaming as she leads this lovely little grey mare back down the raceway to the plaudits of the crowd, with her daughter Gay in close attendance, and Mick Dittman very, very pleased with himself indeed. What a bonny little filly she is. Everybody thought she was a light of former days when she put in a couple of very ordinary runs in Melbourne. Tommy Smith persisted that she just wasn't as good the reverse way of going, and as is often the case, he had the last laugh.